Okay. All right. Well, on with the show. We are talking about dreams today. Our dreams are the unconscious trying to talk to us. The problem is they don't always seem to make sense, like flying naked.
I have a reoccurring dream ever since I was a young kid that I start running and I begin to fly.
The dream that I woke up to was that I was in a sports car and someone was going to drive me to the airport. He proceeded to take my sports car and use it as an all-terrain vehicle.
I keep having this dream where I'm doing a run and no matter how hard I pump my legs, I don't get anywhere.
She's going to tell
All
us.
right,
Yeah.
so, okay. Can you help her out? So we have some strange dreams there, but help her out with the,
That's actually,
with the flying naked
I bet you
thing.
feel good after that dream.
I always feel good naked.
You know, of course. You know, it's a very liberating dream. And of course, you have to hear it in context. But basically, it's that you've escaped. You've escaped all the burdens, all the responsibilities, obligations, even commitments. You're free. You're in the natural self, and there you are naked.
And that's why you wrote a book.
It's a wonderful dream.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, honey.
Okay, so we know a little bit about what that dream means, but what do dreams mean in general? Please welcome family and child development specialist Dr. Gail Gross to help us figure it all out. Good morning. Let's start off with the purpose of dreams. If we don't dream, we'll go crazy.
That's right. You know, during the war, they used to use sleep deprivation as a way to brainwash people. They would just keep them awake, and they started hallucinating because think of what a hallucination is. It's like an outer dream. And so people need to dream to recharge their brain. That you actually dream from the learning center of your brain.
Okay, and it's the subconscious or unconscious trying to tell you, unconscious trying to say something to us.
That's right. We don't call it unconscious for nothing. It's unconscious, and that's 99% of who we are. All day long, we eat, we sleep, we live in our world, we react to everything, we have sex, we love, we fight. However, that's all reactive behavior. And most of who we are is under the radar, unconscious.
Yeah.
And that unconscious material is moving us forward, compelling us to, it's organizing our outer world to bring us to consciousness.
Oh, how come it just can't talk to us plainly? Why we got to be flying naked and all that kind of stuff? I mean,
well, interestingly enough, when we lived in a more primitive world, when our social environment was more community-based, we did have a shaman or a priest or a minister or a rabbi that we listened to who could interpret these dreams and realize that these symbols were universal and collective and therefore help us to interpret in a very clear way. And as we get older, our dreams become clearer because we're running out of time. Our unconscious uses songs and movies, and one of my dreams said, "Room with a view, go rent it."
Yeah, right. You mentioned those symbols, and it's interesting because you can talk to people around the world.
Yes.
And you can hear people talk about their dreams, and it's the same thing. Somebody 3,000, 8,000, whatever miles away from you can talk about losing your teeth. I know that you like to have the whole story, but sometimes that means what?
Losing your teeth is such a classic and powerful image because we use our teeth for so many things. You use your teeth for chewing and eating, so nourishment, fighting and aggression. You use your mouth to say loving things or cruel and harsh things because all of us are everything. That's kind of the human dilemma.
Yeah.
But in its deepest mode, and when we're in context or analysis, when we look at teeth, we often say that teeth are the last line of defense. So as you're working through your issues, your defenses are peeling away. That's what analysis basically does. It unpeels you. And when you finally get down to the natural self, that's who you really are. It's always better than the defended person we've created to get along in the world and be socialized. Freud said that the greatest cost for civilization and socialization is neurosis. That people become neurosis because people have neurosis because they have to cope with being civilized.
Yeah, all kinds of other symbols, numbers, characters. We talked about the flying, animals. All of them have different meanings. We're going to get to that in a minute, but just wanted to give you kind of a background on dreams and their place in human beings. So when we come back, Dr. Gross will analyze the dreams from some of our viewers.
Green people. Come on down. Let's stand over by the mic. Let's get one more. How about right here in the front? Are you Facebook? You want her first or second? Second. So right here, the mic's all set. It'll pick you up no matter how tall you are. Chris, you want the Facebook first or second? All right, I got a dream. My dream is that I'm constantly waking up and my show is going to start in 5 minutes and I'm still in bed, haven't had a shower, haven't done any work. I got to get to work and get on TV in 5 minutes. It's not going to happen.
I've had that dream. And a lot of us have that dream of being late. You just can't seem to get where you need to be on time. That was actually Josh Adams, one of our producers, and he did make it here in time this morning. All right. Well, Dr. Gail Gross is ready to start analyzing some dreams. Debbie Land from Facebook wrote to us and says, I have had dreams about being shot. Everything goes blank, and then I reemerge into a different scene. Only when I reemerge, I'm a ghost and no one can see me. What does that mean?
Well, there's something definitely going on in her life, in Debbie's life, in which she feels that she isn't being seen, and she's killing off, or some part of herself is being killed off, so that she's not herself. She's not the person, the authentic person that she wants to be. So her lifestyle or her relationships are inhibiting the real Debbie. Yeah. She's suppressing who she is to get along in the world.
Yeah.
And she's ready for a real opening if she would just trust the process, hold that tension, and allow Debbie to come in. And if she does that, she'll have to change some of her friendships, some of her relationships that want the old Debbie, but the old Debbie isn't serving her anymore. Yeah. She's ready for a new Debbie to come forward. Okay. The real Debbie.
We have some audience members who have some questions for you. Hi there.
Hi. I want to say that I love the show. I'm a great fan. I record it every day. And I had this dream a couple of weeks ago about me and my husband. We were going to one of his friend's house, and there was like a fenced garden, roses in front. And he went on ahead, and I stayed there. And he was with his friend fixing a fence. And all of a sudden, a lot of snakes started appearing, different sizes. And one of them was up on the fence, bigger than the other ones, not huge, but bigger. It was blue and black, and it, ran towards me, and it actually struck me in my arm, and it bit me. And I was just frantic, and I was calling for my husband, and he wasn't coming. And in my desperation to get away from them, instead of running because they were all over the floor, I started kind of moving my arms and kind of lifting up from the air and kind of flying away, not completely flying away, just a couple of feet off the ground.
Lots of symbols in there. So
this is actually a wonderful dream. I don't know you, but I will tell you that this is a pay attention dream. This dream is really the divine hounding you. This dream is about initiation. You know, people always think of snakes as bad things to see, but they're about restoration, and, dreams snakes shed their skin and then they have a rebirth. And this is a dream about that kind of thing. And seeing lots of snakes, one up on a fence is a boundary. And so your husband is on the other side of the boundary because this is your initiation. This is about your life. And it's a very, very, to see the colors of blue and black means that you need an integration, that there's part of your old self and part of your new becoming that are going to integrate and keep the best qualities of both. This is a very, very positive dream, and it's initiatory. It's really the divine calling you.
Does that make sense to you? Are you at a kind of a crossroads in your life, making some decisions and
things?
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I can't tell you how wonderful this dream is.
Thank you.
I wish we had more time to amplify it.
All right. Our next guest says she's been having a recurring dream of chasing her husband's car while riding her bicycle. Take a look.
I have this dream where I'm on my bike chasing my husband's car, but no one is driving it. I'm trying to get to the steering wheel, but eventually the car veers off the road. Where it drove off the road, there's a house that I walk up to. It looks nice from the outside, but when I enter, it's vacant. It looks like it's under construction. I get this feeling of anxiety while I'm in the house, and I know I need to get out. At that point, I hear someone coming through the back door, so I try to leave out the front. The door is stuck, but then it opens and I leave the house. This wild dream continues and gets even crazier from there.
Please welcome Dawn Haynes to the show. And Dr. Gross, another big symbol there, a house.
Yes, the house is you, your physical you. The bike is a very big symbol in this dream. The bike is really about balance. Your life right now must be out of balance. I don't really know you, but riding a bike is really the smaller car. It's about you're trying to escape, to move forward, to change, and you're trying to find some balance in your life. Now you go to this house, which is your physical self, whereas the bike is more your emotional self. And you enter this house and it's vacant. And that's a very powerful image, because that is all about escape, that you feel under a lot of pressure. And that right now you need some form of escape, some form, you can't find, and then in fact you couldn't find the door, but then you found the door and it opened and you got out, which is a very good sign, because it tells you that there'll be a good resolution at the end of the day, because that's what dreams do. They really inform us not only what's happening, but how to get to the handle other side. Yeah. But that it's important that you handle this in a lot of integrity. Whatever is all these conflicts that are going on, that it's important to handle them with integrity. Can you
tell us something about what's going on in your life? Does that make sense? What's going on in your life right now?
I had launched a business a couple of years ago, fight or flight self-defense. What we do is safety awareness, self-defense, and nonviolent conflict resolution seminars. And at the time that I had the dream, I hit this major speed bump that basically forced me to step back and kind of reevaluate the way that I approached the business. And that's when the dream occurred. And so it was a huge source of anxiety. And then the dream actually went on from there. When I went out of the house, I stepped out to go up the hill, and all of a sudden I was on this big huge precipice made of grass. I mean, like telephone pole, like pole high. And I was terrified because there was no way to get down. And the only way to be able to get down was going to be to jump, which of course I didn't want to do because I thought I was going to die. And I heard this voice tell me to jump. And so I'm having this argument, you know, I'm going to die, I can't jump, I'm going to die. And I heard the voice say, go ahead and jump, you won't die. And so when I jumped, all of a sudden, I've been skydiving, so I can, I felt like the free fall. And when I went skydiving, the free fall, I thought I was going to wet my pants. It was terrifying. And then all of a sudden, like when you pull the ripcord, everything becomes real peaceful and calm and floaty and beautiful. And so as I was going through the free fall from jumping, it went from that sense of terror when I remembered hearing the voice say you're not going to die, to all of a sudden I felt really calm and peaceful.
We never have enough time, but let me just say, have the things in the business did they steady out, or did you make up your mind what to do?
I did. I actually did, and it just what it did was it forced me to come to a place where I had to become more focused. In terms of my direction, in terms of the effort.
And make decisions.
And make decisions, because I was kind of doing the shotgun thing. Yeah, it's been going great.
Well, Dawn, thank you very much for sharing that with us.
And balance is really very important.
And they'll continue talking, but we will share more dream analysis when we come back.
I keep having this dream where there's this whale in a pool, and I fall into the pool, and I keep swimming, and the whale is coming after me. I don't know if it's going to eat me or not, and I'm scared, but then I'm not scared. So what does that mean?
All right, well, a dream about water can tell us a lot. Dr. Gail Gross is back to help us understand what that means. Water, another important symbol.
Well, you know, this is what I always tell Deborah. I always say that when an audience comes together or a collective comes together, there's a set in a certain way, and dreams often run together. People often are brought together because they're dealing with the same things. The water is the unconscious, and the whale is a symbol for the divine. And the idea that the divine she fears is going to eat her really is talking about a spiritual transformation, that you're at a time in your life where you're approaching your inner work, your spiritual time, and the divine is very much
stuff that your heart calls on you to do.
Right.
Okay.
Calling you.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's go to one of our other audience members.
Good morning. I have a question. I keep having the same dream every night to win the lottery.
Oh, okay. That is a collective dream. I think we all have that dream there.
I was thinking that last night.
But yeah, winning. So a dream to win the lottery. It's like, is that a serious dream that you have?
Serious dream.
Yeah.
That's it, period, just dreaming you're winning. Well, you know, money is an energy. And so I know it seems like you just want to win money and you just want to change your lifestyle, but actually it talks about needing more energy. That to win the lottery is to bring you more energy so that in a certain way you're tired and you're needing more energy in your life. That's a simple
without
approach.
having the whole context of the dream. Thank you.
Does that resonate?
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go to our phone lines. We have Tiffany on the line right now. And Tiffany, what's your question or what's your dream that you keep having?
Hi, Deborah. My question is, I've been married with my husband for 5 years now, and ever since after we got married, I've been having the same recurring dream of being with another man, always with him, and it seems to be my ex-boyfriend from high school.
Seems to be the ex-boyfriend from high school. Okay, but sometimes these are not literally what they seem to be.
Do not fear. All the characters in your dream are you. So when you start with that, you're talking about a part of yourself that you left behind, that hasn't been integrated. And it's a more active part of yourself, the male part of yourself. Many times in marriage, especially early marriage, we give up our independence or part of our independence to become from an I and a you to a we. And so it sounds like in this early marriage that that's what's happening. And your unconscious is telling you it's time to integrate that part of you that you left behind and the best qualities of that part into the part that you are now, and then a new you will come out of that, you know, the transcendent you, which will be the best of both and a stronger person. So you don't really have to give up who you are to become a we. You just have to bring it along.
Yeah. Tiffany, does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go to our audience members.
Hi, my name is Wanda, and my question is that I dream, it's been 15 years that my mother passed away, and I dream about her weekly, and most of the time it's pleasant, but most of the time it's me to tell someone something.
Yes, well, now you're entering into this must be a divine show today. Now we're moving into another space altogether. You know, there's no one really closer to us in our life than our mothers. We come from our mothers, and we have a relationship, a love relationship with our mothers right away. I mean, we feed at our mother's breast. We're really connected in a way that is really, we're like an appendage of our mothers, and we never get past that. Even though we individuate, we never completely individuate. And in all of our lives, from birth to death, there's only two people, mother and father, and all of our relationships are based on those early childhood patterns of how we got along with them and the changes we make in those patterns as we get older. But when we dream of our mother weekly connecting back to us to tell us something, I would say to you that that's like a precognitive dream. That's something different. That's really your mother still connecting to you even though she is gone from this level of consciousness. I would really connect, I would really try to bring those dreams more to consciousness, I would ask for more information before I went to sleep. I would set the intention. I would talk to her, light candles, make it a sacred space before you go to sleep, and say, Mother, I'm here for you. What is it that you're trying to tell me?
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, coming up, we'll meet a man who keeps buying new cars in his dreams. We'll find out what that's all about when we return.
I keep having this dream where I'm back in high school and I'm either late for a test or I'm trying to find my locker and I cannot find my locker and I'm running through the hallways, and if I find my locker I can't find my books, and for the test I either haven't studied for the test or I get into the test and I never took the class, and I'm not really sure what this means. So I'm very curious as to why I keep having this dream. I have it either on a monthly basis or every couple of months, so I'm very curious as to why I keep having this recurring dream.
Yes, I've had that dream. I found my locker but didn't know the combination. Many of us have had that dream where we're back in school feeling anxious because we didn't study for that test that counts for all of your grade. You know what I'm talking about? Well, Dr. Gail Gross is back to help us understand what that means. That's another one of those common ones.
Yeah, it's a classic dream. I had it myself. It was geometry class. I never showed up. And in reality, this is a stress dream. This is a dream of feeling overwhelmed. There are moments in our lives or periods in our lives where we all feel that too much is being asked of us, and yet we're called upon to give ourselves to whatever these issues are. So this is really a stress dream.
All right. Well, our next guest says he has a recurring dream of buying new cars. He's even purchased 3 cars in one dream. But there's a reason why. Take a look.
I have this dream where I purchased 3 cars because I keep losing each one. And in the dream, I just keep walking around the street looking for my car all the time. And I know I parked it in a specific location, but when I try and find it, it's gone. So I would purchase another car. Then I would lose that one. In my dream, I think this group of kids or gangster keeps taking my car. Yeah, I don't know who they are or what they look like, but I keep blaming them for taking the car. What does that dream mean?
Okay, all I can say is that you are a car salesman's dream. Okay, so.
Exactly. Well, you know, Tony, this is a dream of a midlife crisis, in a sense. This is a dream of coming to a place in your life where you feel that you need an escape because the car is your emotional life. And whatever is going on in your life doesn't allow the you to have something for yourself. That evidently, from your dream, you've done a lot for others. You've been there for others, and probably you're living in life doing a lot for others. But while you're giving out all this honey from the honey pot, you aren't being refilled. And your dream is saying your emotional world is not being refilled. The you, the emotional you. And so we talked earlier about a flying dream for
dream,
Tony.
that's right.
And, you know, that's like a perfect example of a need for escape, a need for freedom, to be you, to find a way to fulfill your needs.
Tony, does that make sense to you?
That's really
It does make sense to me, especially what's going on in my life right now. You know, we do have some pressing issues at home, and at the same time, I am trying to proceed with a video business and
be the hero to everybody. And
yes, and it's like you're taking care of, in between, you know, you stop and you take care of this issue, that issue, and like you're trying to move, but you
like,
can't
what about
move.
what Tony wants?
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's right.
A good way to look at it is you're giving out energy to all of these projects and people, but nothing is restoring your energy. And so you have to stop. I call it the valley of despair. And just enter this neutral zone and do things for yourself to hold that tension in that place. Don't do anything. Just restore your energy. Rest, listen to nice music, journal, learn to meditate, and you'll have a larger container develop, and you'll just move right in that. And it'll be the bigger, better you that has time for yourself too.
All right, and stop buying cars.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Coming up, it's the classic dream of being chased. We'll find out what it means for one woman when we return.
The Partnership for Baylor has more than 1,000 members. We support the Baylor College of Medicine and the doctors that do the fine work out at the medical center. We have quarterly lunches at the River Oaks Country Club. Our next luncheon is May the 11th. We will be talking about pharmacies and adverse drug reactions. We'll have a panel of doctors from Baylor there to tell you about what to watch for. For more information, call 713-798-5460.
back. There are a couple of other things that Dr. Gail Gross wanted to talk about with Tony's dream.
I wanted to refer back to Tony's dream because there were two essential things in his dream that I didn't have a chance to mention. One, that when you dream the number 3, your unconscious is telling you, pay attention. 3 is a number for truth. So this is really going on, and it's really important to pay attention to. And the other thing is that gang showing up. This tells you that if you don't pay attention, that the unconscious will organize your environment to bring you to consciousness. And that means it can use your body as a metaphor, make you sick, so you stop and start taking care of yourself, which is the typical thing that happens.
Yeah, your body will shut you down
That's
if you
right.
don't shut down.
If you don't stop, it will stop you. So.
All right. Yeah. Well, our next guest says she's been being chased in the woods in her dreams. Take a look.
I have this dream where I'm being chased from a house. When I get outside, I wind up getting chased through the woods. I can't see the face who's following me. I just keep running and running. Eventually, I come to this pond, can't get around it, so I jump in and start swimming for my life. I'm trying to swim across it, but can't get to the other side. Towards the end, it feels like I'm going underwater. That's when I wake up.
All right, Terry Carpenter is with us, and before we talk about her dream, how many of you have had something similar to that kind of chase at some point in our life? Okay, so.
Well, this is a serious dream. This is a serious dream because when you are dealing with the unconscious, which is your forest, the woods, and you're running through the woods, and you jump in the water, you've taken a risk. Your unconscious is sending you into it. You know, these are all symbols for the unconscious, but it tells you that there's serious material in there, dark material, shadow material, that hasn't been addressed.
Could this be early trauma in life?
Could be early trauma, could be early issues, whatever it could be early staging, but nevertheless, it's unaddressed. And it's unaddressed because you weren't strong enough yet to deal with it. Maybe issues with parents, maybe just personality issues. But now, at this stage of life, this age of life, you or your unconscious is trying to get you there. But you don't make it in your dream. You see, you get into the water, but you can't get to the other side. So this is a dream that would would require a real interior look and possibly go to counseling.
Yeah, let me ask you, is that making
help.
sense to you at all?
Yes.
Is it something you can share or not feel quite comfortable about sharing?
Probably just childhood things I've never gotten over.
Yeah.
This is a perfect timing because you're almost, but not quite, ready. You know, we have to get ready to be able to cope with the things that happened to us when we were younger. We have to be strong enough, and that takes age, time, experience, maturity. But something in you wants to go there, wants to deal with these issues. So my advice would be to go to a counselor.
And Gail, can I ask you to, because we're wrapping up with your segment right now anyway, for you two to go ahead and go back to the green room and talk to her a little bit more. Thank you for sharing that with us. And we just, tip of the iceberg, but so many of us have those dreams. The important part of this is not that you can't get through it, it's just that called growth. That you're matured and growth to the point where you're going to have to deal with it when you get to the other side. And that's the key, you're saying, is get to the other side. All that stuff just helps to make you whole. You know, sometimes our worst experiences are our best lessons in life.
Yeah, absolutely. Your wounding will heal you. And once you heal, you can heal others.
All right, we're going to take time for just one more, so you sit tight. Hi there.
Good morning. My name is Benny Jackson.
Hi.
Sometimes I dream that I'm driving down a highway, and all of a sudden I have to go up a steep hill. You can't hardly get up that hill, but I make it. Then when I get to the top, it's a drop down. It's so fast, but then I go straight.
Yeah. Well, you know, you're on a journey, and it's your journey of life. Yeah. And there are ups and there are downs. Yeah. And you've had a big up and a big down. And that's what your dream is bringing forward for you, to tell you that even though there's been a lot of up and down, that you're going to be all right. The outcome of your dream is that you're going to be all right.
Okay.
Make sense to you?
Thanks. It makes sense. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Gross, very much for joining us today. And to find out more about Dr. Gail Gross, you can log on to drgailgross.com.
Thank you.
When we come back, someone's dream comes true with a new room makeover from Ashley Furniture Home Store. We'll reveal the new look when we come back.
Here's today's Celebrity Smile Challenge. Which famous star sports this $1 million smile? The answer is next, so stay close. Today's Celebrity Smile Challenge is brought to you by Dr. Terry Alani. So which star twinkles with this dazzling white smile?
And that celebrity smile belongs to Zoe Saldana. Well, all year we've been telling you how you can win up to $10,000 in free furniture and accessories from Ashley Furniture Home Store. Well, Gloria Franklin was our recent winner, and she wanted to transform her room with many, many, many doors. Sounds like a dream in itself. She wanted to transform that room into something practical, a home office. So how did it turn out? Custom home designer Tori Halbert worked her magic, and here is the result.
Okay, you guys, we're in the space, and I'm actually going to go ahead and close the door because it's actually, we can actually close it and still know where we are this time. All right. At the count of 3, I want you to open your eyes and see your new space. 1, 2, 3, open.
It's absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, if you'll remember back, the space wasn't really used for much except for a room of doors. You asked me to give you a multifunctional space that served for 2 office areas. The first thing that you did was that you went in and changed your flooring out to hardwood floors, which is a beautiful palette to layer all this fabulous Ashley furniture onto. And I asked of you to have the doors painted the same color as the walls, but in a semi-gloss paint. And as you can see now, your pewter walls and the doors, they just kind of go in as one. And then with that, I've layered in wonderful office furniture. You've got lots of storage. You told me that you needed storage, so you've got lots of file drawers. You can also use these drawers just as storage for all your booklets and pamphlets that you use for work. And then this desk over here, the larger desk, is meant for you. It's a little larger. You've got your A&M accessories and pieces, and then of course you've got more storage here, storage below. You've got seating, and you've got extra seating.
I love that.
Just if you know, Amber, if you're home from school and you want to hang out here with Mom, you know, that's a nice sofa to hang out and just kind of enjoy. And you know, you also said that the window was kind of like, what do I do with it? The answer is not always draperies, because that's your only natural light that's coming in. So basically I've accessorized around it and accessorized behind, and then kind of pull the sofa forward a little bit, and it's your own little haven back there. Grounding the space with a great rug. When you do wood floors, you don't have any other textures in here to really absorb the sound, so this forms as or serves as acoustic. And as for color and just some texture and pattern too. Ashley has wonderful furniture, but they also have fabulous accessories. So all these wonderful accessories, even the star mirror. I mean, it came that way. It was like it was meant for you.
Tori, thank you so much, and you did a beautiful job, and I was curious as to how you're going to pull everything through. So thank you, Ashley, for having this, and thank you. It's a beautiful job.
You're very welcome.
Absolutely.
It was a
Beautiful
complete
job.
joy to do it for
Yeah.
you. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Well, Deborah, we have a happy family. I think I got a gig 'em from them, so so back to you.
A hook-up their way. All right. If you have a space that presents some design challenges, you can win a room makeover worth up to $10,000 in furniture and accessories. Just stop by any of these participating Ashley Furniture home store locations and fill out a short entry form. The stores are located in Pasadena, Pearland, Humble, Katy, Conroe, and Sugar Land. All right. I want you, Vince Young's mom, raise your hand. Okay. When she heard that gig-em, when you heard that gig-em, didn't you kind of just cringe a little bit? Yes. All right. We'll be right back. Want to give an old room a whole new look? Enter the Ashley Furniture Home Story Contest, and you can win a room makeover package worth up to $10,000.
Oh, my God. That's magnificent.
If your entry is chosen, design stars Tori Halbert will help transform your old room from dull and drab
I've been having my furniture since college.
to hip and fab. Plus, your room makeover will be featured on Great Day Houston. So what are you waiting for? Visit any participating Ashley Furniture home store now through October 1st. Winners will be selected monthly, and you must be 18 years or older to enter. For official rules, stop by any area Ashley Furniture home store or send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Great Day Houston, 1945 Allen Parkway, Houston, Texas 77019.
Why didn't I think of that?
Good luck.